Hello, friends. You're probably wondering, what the heck is she up to this time? First, she tried 30-Day Bay, then she pulled the plug on 30-Day Bay. I'm back. I'm back with a vengeance. All right, so this time, what I've decided is I'm advertising. So, this is what happened. Recently, a former student of mine, I teach college online, um, introduced me to her friend on Facebook. So, we were virtually introduced, and we had a fun time chatting for about a week. And then I think I scared him away by telling him some things about myself. And it got me thinking because I thought it was awesome, number one, that my former student would think of me and recommend me to her friend, and that he would take that seriously and reach out to me. And so the first thing that tells me is that it's good to have people out there looking for you. It's not just you looking, but other people are watching and doing a little search for a man for you. The second thing that this taught me was that I'm looking for a unicorn, and so it's better to put some information out there up front instead of chatting with the guy for a week and then kind of letting the information fall out of you after a week of chatting, only to see that nascent relationship die on the vine. So what I've decided is that I'm going to make this video. I'm going to tell you about myself, the things that I told this guy, and the things that people know about me if they know me well, but that I wouldn't put necessarily on a dating profile. And then I'm going to ask you to share this video, if you're just a friend of mine. Share this video with someone you think would be interested in me, that might be a good match for me, or feel free to post it on Facebook or wherever. It's an ad campaign for me to help me find a man. That's right, help me find a man. I think that's what I'm going to call this video. I'm not sure. Or help me find a guy, or I don't know. So, and then what I would like to do is, if you are a guy and you're watching this and you think that we might be a good match, then I would like you to do the same thing. Make a video of yourself, because I think video is so much better than just pictures. You get an idea of the person's mannerisms, what they really look like, what their voice is like. I think you just get a better sense of someone from video than you do from pictures. So if you're a guy and you see this and you watch it all the way through to the end and you're still interested, what I would like you to do is record a video of yourself answering the questions that I'm going to answer about myself, about you, and then send that video to me at my email address, which is Annette Bybee, ANNETTEBYBEE @gmail.com. And I will watch it and reach out to you, and we'll start a dialogue. I figure if a guy's willing to go through making a video and answering questions, then at least we can do is have a chat, and then we can go from there. So without further ado, about me. All right, so I'm going to go down the list, because then I'm going to have you answer these questions too if you're a guy. And I don't want email telling me this with still pictures. I want video. So we're both on the same footing, where we both have video of each other. Oh, and I'm only like not quite 5'2"-ish, FYI. Guys are always asking me how tall I am. So I'm a little short, a little Rubenesque as well. Look that up if you don't know what it means. Anyway, so I'm going to start out with, obviously my name's Annette Bybee. The first thing is that I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the church is extremely important to me. When church is actually happening, I go every week. I attend the temple as often as I can. I have a calling as gospel doctrine instructor, and actually when this whole pandemic thing started and church shut down, I felt prompted to teach gospel doctrine on Facebook. So for 15 weeks straight, I taught, or led a discussion really, of come follow me lessons on Facebook Live, and had several people, I would say mostly singles, who joined in and would answer my questions via comments. After 15 weeks, I said, hey, who else wants to teach? And we started trading off. But so the church is very important to me. I think I've dated outside of the church. I won't marry outside of the church. So I'm basically looking for a guy who's also a member and also takes the church seriously and honors his priesthood, etc. Second, I am 51. I'll be 52 next month on September 10th. Um, and that's all there's to say about that. I'm not interested in 30 something guys or 70 something. I don't have a hard and fast rule, but it would be nice to find someone around my age. Kids. I have 3 kids, 3 daughters, ages 12, 11, and 9. Yes, I got married late and I started having kids late, so I have younger kids. Preferably, I would like a guy whose kids are already grown or almost grown. I don't think I want to entertain the idea of getting serious about a guy who's got sons around the ages of my girls, because I don't think you can raise non-related opposite sex kids together without a lot of issues. So I'm not ruling it out, but it would take some fancy footwork. All right. Oh, and I have my girls 75% of the time. Oh, and I should have mentioned this up front. I live in a suburb of Denver, and I cannot move anytime soon. I won't take my girls away or far away from their dad because they see him quite a bit during the week. And so right now I'm not free to move. That may change. My ex and I have talked about both moving to the same city or area together if we both wanted to move. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but again, that would take a lot of fancy footwork to make that happen. So right now I can't really go anywhere. I've only been married once. I've been divorced for 5 years. I found out that that's a really important question to ask. I'm running into lots of guys who've got multiple marriages in their background. And so that's kind of important. As I mentioned, I'm raising my girls 75% of the time. Also, I teach online for BYU Idaho. I teach a class on Pakistan. And I'm also a lawyer by training, but I'm not practicing right now. Now, here is the part you really want to pay attention to, because this is where I start scaring guys away. As you might have guessed, I have a podcast. This is my microphone, my little sign, Annette Talks. I have a podcast called Annette on Life, Liberty, and Happiness, and I talk about the Constitution, politics, history, and anything else I want to talk about. I've been doing this I just recorded my 38th episode. I'm also on Facebook a lot, talking about politics. I am conservative / libertarian, and I have a fire in my belly for helping to keep this country free. And so for the rest of my life, at the very least, I'll continue doing what I'm doing now, which is podcasting, or maybe on the radio at some point, and social media. Probably going to run for office at some point. And so a big chunk of my life is going to be dedicated to trying to keep our freedoms in this country. And I don't know exactly what form that's going to take, but it would be best if I found a guy that's on the same page with me politically and who not only is okay with someone with strong opinions, but actually wants to support me in what I'm doing, because it's going to take a lot of my time and energy. I mean, right now my kids come first, and so this is just like a part-time gig, but eventually as they grow up and leave home, that's going to become probably my main focus. So there will always be the church, and then the kids until they're raised. But then after that, it's going to be a lot of doing this kind of thing, hopefully making a living at it at some point. I don't know. I don't exactly know where it's going. I've been following the Spirit to tell me what to do. I've had blessings and a patriarchal blessing and guidance all along the way telling me I'm doing the right thing, and I'm going to keep doing that. So that's something to really think about. Can you be married to someone who's going to be putting herself in the limelight and spending a lot of time and energy on trying to keep this country free? So something to ponder. All right. So like I said, I have a law degree, and my bachelor's is in political science. So that's my thing. I don't think I'll ever go back to practicing law. So if you're looking for a sugar mama, this is not the mama. It's more like a sweet and low mama. Okay, and then for the fun, fluffy stuff, For hobbies, I love taking long walks. Oh, I don't like the snow. Eventually, I'd like to live in warmer climate. I'm in Denver. I know that's a long story, but I grew up in California and Arizona, and so I kind of long for those snow-free winters. Although I've got to say, I'm liking the summer here right now because we don't usually get above around 90. Um, so I like long walks. I love reading. I'm always in at least 2 or 3 books. For fiction, I like murder mysteries, especially British. Nonfiction is a lot of political stuff. I'm reading this next, and then I'm going to be doing some episodes on communism. So that's nonfiction. But fiction is murder mysteries for the most part. And the same thing goes with like TV, Netflix. I tend to gravitate towards murder mysteries, or also funny mysteries like Monk and Psych are two of my favorite series. Humor is about 50% of my personality. So if you can make me laugh, you've already got a leg up. I see the humor in pretty much everything, even when I shouldn't. um, I like dancing, 80s music. I don't want to leave that out. Oh, something else to ponder. When I get married, instead of a reception, I just want a big 80s party. So I don't know if you're cool. I don't want a line. I don't want bridesmaids. I want an 80s party. Um, Dark chocolate is my favorite. Trying to think what else you need to know. I'm not into camping. I'm not into fishing. I'm not into skiing. I have no problem with the man. If he wants to do those things, feel free, go off and do those things. It's just not my thing. Um, I think that about covers it. We can talk more after I get your video, and if you're still watching this at this point. Oh, I'm highly sensitive. Go read about that if you want. But basically, for what you need to know, it means that I love long, deep conversations with guys. I also love banter and wordplay, but I don't do well if I can't have long, in-depth discussions. It's like my love language, but it's what keeps my interest in a guy. So I think that's probably enough information for now. Again, if you are a friend or a Facebook friend or someone that just randomly comes across this video, if you think there's a guy out there that would be a good match, feel free to share this with him. If you are a guy, answer the questions, okay? Location, church activity, age, how many kids, how old, how often you have them, how many times have you been married, how long you've been divorced or widowed, what your profession is, how long you've been doing that, your political leanings, can you move within the next few years? What are your hobbies, your education, likes, dislikes, things like that. So I think that covers it. Like I said, send me the video to AnnetteBybee@gmail.com, ANNETTEBYBEE@gmail.com. You can also Facebook stalk me. My page is public. Go to Annette Mashler Bybee, and you'll find me there. You can also see me on youtube.com/Annette Talks and see my podcasts and other videos if you want to do any more research before reaching out. So thank you for your time. Help me find my guy.